reflecting on 2023. All intentions in last year to build out the blog, build out the brand, do a little more with conversational cocktails, get a little more books sold. And I realized I had turned 30 in 2022. Probably around mid 2014 while I was in my grad program, I actually told a few people that I wanted to go to law school, but I had just gotten into my grad program. It was a year. I'd gotten out of my chemical engineering undergrad, and I knew I didn't want to be broke again. So I knew I had to find a job, and I pretty much made a promise to myself at that time: when I turn 30, if I don't have any kids or I'm on my first kid, that is the last chance I'm going to take on myself to change my career and go into the legal field. So when we started going through 2023, I kind of realized I hadn't taken that jump or actually continued on the promise to myself that I wanted to jump into the legal field. And so I said, okay, 2023 is going to be the year where I start to look into and really take seriously, how do I get into law school? What is that going to look like for me? What is that going to look like for me and my partner? And what happens if I do get into law school? And what happens if I don't get into law school? So I kind of took a leap of faith and started to research on my journey of how to study for the LSAT, what other things I can do, what law schools do I want to go to for the specific legal profession I wanted to go into, where they rate, can I stay in Texas, do I need to move to a different state, what happens if I get accepted or not accepted. I had to start doing all of that, and I'm really grateful for the friends that are in the legal profession that really helped me, as well as those that graduated from the schools that I applied to or met along my journey in 2023, helped me along the way. But before we get into that, which is later half of the year, I did want to get into the first picture on my 2023 vision board. Let me tell you, 2023 was a travel year for me, to say at the least. I was on a plane every single month. I swear to you, it was like every 3 weeks I was on a plane going somewhere and doing something. And to be honest, a lot of this travel was not work travel, which it normally is, and most people assume it is for me. But a lot of it was personal travel and personal things that were happening with family, celebrations and everything that we were doing in 2023. So I actually went to 12 cities. 2 of them were in Mexico. And let's just look at some of the photos and videos from my travels this past year. Every year has a theme, and in 2023, I honestly can't remember what my theme was. Probably wrote it down somewhere. Probably don't have it anymore. But 2024 is actually around transition and transformation. I think that's just going to be the theme of the year, at least for this year. There may be some other underlying themes, but I think a lot of it, the best way to describe this is I spent a lot of time before the new year sitting in rest, meditating, getting a little more in tune with myself and my soul and my body and with God, if you believe in God, to understand what the new year is going to look like for me, or at least feel like for me. And it feels like it's going to be transformation and transition. I feel like there's going to be a lot of transition and transformation for me personally, as an individual, and in my marriage. So, and I don't think it's going to be anything that's bad. It's going to be something that's uncomfortable that I've not had to deal with before. It also feels like I'm transitioning out of what was Courtney with trauma and trauma being her identity versus what is Courtney as trauma as just something as a part of her. Transitioning and transforming is a part of life, and I think a lot of that's going to happen this year. Whether that is mentally only, spiritually, physically, whatever it kind of looks like, I'm just kind of preparing myself for it. And as I'm sitting here talking about it, it's kind of like growing through my body of like, yeah, you're right, this is what's happening. um, and I'm a little nervous, to be honest. I get nervous easily about anything and everything when it comes to change, but I'm not scared of change. There's a difference. Some of the like things that I really, really, really want to do in this year is to give you more transparency to me, give you a lot more visuals. Podcast is still kind of up in the air, and so you'll see more about that. I really, really want to bring you guys more recipes. A lot of them will start to be mocktails as I do some research. As I told you guys, I'm becoming a little more sober curious. 2024 is definitely going to be about transition and transformation. I just can't wait for us to be on this journey of 2024. And I'd love to hear more about how you think your theme is going to be for 2024. If you already know it, how do you actually get to your theme for 2024? Maybe what's some of your goals, as well as I'd just love to hear from you guys on what you want to see from this blog. It doesn't necessarily need to be on the blog, it can be social media, whatever. But I would love to hear from you. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel or subscribe to the blog, and subscribe to both, and follow us on Instagram from pain.to peace. I can't wait to hear from you guys, and see you guys soon.